Hey everyone, happy Thursday! That means it is tips, tricks, tutorial time. Happy Thursday, y'all. We are almost at the end of the week. By the way, what do we think of this animation? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know. Poke Gangster, Activate LA, thank you for being here with me. I seriously just got out of a Clubhouse room where we were talking about being YouTubers, but advice for, I think, female YouTubers from other female YouTubers. So I think the room started around 3 o'clock PST, and I had to leave the room to come to this stream. But it was such a cool conversation, and it's just really cool because I got to be on there with some just amazing powerhouse women. We got, like Jessica Stansberry, we got Jessica Hatch from Gone to the Snow Dogs. We have just like wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. And it was just really cool to be in a room. Everyone is very much like, no egos. What can we say to help you out? Like, any question is a good question, anything like that. Okay, we said this background is making someone dizzy, so let's change this background. Hold on, we're gonna go to the beach. I'm doing this because I wanted to try out the green screen, and I haven't successfully usually been able to make a green screen work for me all the time, so that's why it's up here, and so I wanted to give it a shot. So, but I certainly don't want to make anybody dizzy. Oh, see, was it 2 people? Yeah, 2 people said they're dizzy. How about this? I don't know where this is, but it's pretty. It's pretty. Is it much better than the first one? You know what's funny though is there aren't a lot of options inside of, I'm using Ecamm right now because I didn't preload any of the animations. I also found out I can do a thing where, because it's the green screen, I can make myself transparent and then bring myself in on top of other videos, and then that's kind of cool, but I haven't completely figured that out yet. So if you are out there, first of all, know that you are always going to be learning and studying and becoming more involved in your craft, or however you want to say it. So just because you don't have it all figured out today doesn't mean you can't get started and like learn something else along the way, right? Because that's what we're all doing. We're all students. And if you waited until you knew everything to start, you would just never start. I mean, trust me on that one. You would just never start because it would be this analysis paralysis. And there's this wonderful bliss of like ignorance when you don't know what you don't know until you go in, and then you're like, oh, holy crap, I don't know any of that. So I would just say that's always some good advice, and that comes to streaming, YouTube, life. Just give it a go and sometimes figure it out along the way. All right, so let's say hello to some people that are here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. Hello, Doc Rock. Hello. Okay, yes. Right, Dave's here. Steve Howard Photography is here. Tamika, Poke Gangster. You guys, none of you liked it. Okay, sorry. I thought it was kind of cool, but all right, all right. Live from location. I know, right? It's very like news anchory, but like I could do the weather and be like over here in Saskatchewan. Anyways, I need a little something for the hula. I know, I'll work on it. Although there was this one time when I was in Hawaii, and you got to like, there's all kinds of stories that happens that you're telling a story with your body and hand movements and everything, about like the waves or like the sun, and like it's very beautiful if you actually figure out how to do it correctly. I am not one of those, but I can appreciate all of that. So hello to Tamika. Hello. Actually, you know what? The whole fringing thing, there really is a lot, and especially because of the dark hair on some of the backgrounds, and I can filter through them. I can flip through them if you guys want to see. Some of it is really bad, and so I try, but some of it is definitely better than others. So hello, you do it. And not Saskatchewan weather. I was just pulling a location, okay, out of, oh, where are my manners? First of all, let's play What's in Your Cup? What's in your cup, people? I think water. I think this has been sitting here a couple days though, because I just got out of that Clubhouse room. I forgot to go grab a drink, and now I'm kicking myself internally, and I will punish myself with this. I don't know how many days old water. Should I do it? I mean, it's just water, but yes. Tell me if you've ever had water that's just been sitting at room temperature for like 3 or 4 days and drank it, and you're like, that tastes a little funny. Maybe I won't do it, but Water is the answer today, guys. Water. Although I really wish that wasn't the answer. I wish it was wine in some way. Maybe I can rectify this later. So let me know what's in your cup. What's in your cup, people? Let me know. We got Aloha Brother from Inspired Tubers. Hey, Inspired Tubers. Let's get streaming. I am streaming. Are you saying I'm not doing a good job? Or are you saying something else? Lavender chamomile tea. Awesome. You don't have a cup. That is so me. All right. Okay. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So if you guys were here for the episode last week, I intimated and hinted at this, but I was saying that I am starting a Facebook group for people who are a little bit nervous about live streaming and they want an environment maybe where they can try and go live and have it be to a small supportive group of people. Okay, and not feel overwhelmed and definitely not feel intimidated for asking questions, anything like that. So if you guys want to join it, I don't know if I put it in the link because this time I just went live. I didn't actually pre-schedule anything, so I don't know if it's actually still in the description, but if you look on Facebook, it's under Keep It Simple Streaming. So it's KISS, right? Keep It Simple Streaming. I think if you look under the Shelly Saves Today page, you'll also see that group under it. So just make sure you answer the questions. And there's only one assignment in there. I just came up with this like last week. So literally the only video that's in there is like, there's one video assignment right now. You can take a short 10-second clip on your phone and just say your name, your favorite color, and if you've ever live streamed before. And if you are someone who is definitely comfortable with live streaming as well, please join the Facebook group as well and feel free to give advice when asked for, right? And help out because, you know, we're definitely not scary. We're definitely here to help you out and we don't want to make anybody feel bad. So yeah, please come check us out. Okay, so we're saying orange juice is in it. Okay, sweet. Get a glass of wine, we'll wait. I wouldn't do that to you guys, but if I could convince someone else in the house to go get it for me, I wouldn't be upset about that. I'll tell you what. Okay, water. It's a fun group. Okay, we just started, guys. Yeah, so we're going to be nice to each other. The big thing is just, I think it's the same rule in like every Facebook group, right? It's like, don't be a dick to each other. Just be nice, okay? If you can't be nice, then you can't hang out with us. We'll kick you out of our sandbox. That's really the only other thing is just don't DM random people. Just can you try and keep it public and on the wall because someone else may have the same question and we don't want any creepy, weird, spammy stuff inside of the DMs, which we've already seen go down. That person doesn't get to be part of our fun family anymore, so they got kicked out. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay. So we're saying no unsolicited advices. Yes, that's right. So if someone has posted a video in the group, here's the thing, right? This comes back to rule number 1, which is like, don't be a dick. It's celebrate them. Say, that's so awesome. Say, I'm so proud of you. Okay. It's not supposed to be where you say, I can't believe you put up this video or whatever else, you know, like stupid stuff that people say. I think that the main thing is like, it's better than just going live to a private stream and then watching it back later, because at least here, if you want to interact with some people, if they, you know, if you ask, how's my lighting look or how's this, you know, whatever, then you can actually ask someone in real time. But I don't want it to feel like also intimidating where it's just like, I've got 50 million pieces of equipment and unless you have all this stuff, you can't hang out with us. And so one other thing, you guys know, first of all, y'all know how much I love Ecamm and that's what I'm using right now. But I do also realize that Ecamm, because of its limitation of being Mac only, is not the best for teaching anyone else who's in the group about how to live stream. And so I am going to be doing some stuff. I'm going to be using Restream, by the way, who is a channel sponsor. And they have a free version and it's web-based. And then if you guys wanted to try another program as well, you know, that's browser-based, and then we can also try and get some stuff on a phone, maybe some that's free, something that's not. I just want us to be able to practice and feel comfortable going live no matter what we're using. So whatever piece of software that is. And I figured something like Restream is easy because it's browser based and because they have a free version. So eventually, once we get in the group, I'll say, hey, let's all try and do this. And then we can even do some videos on like, how do we hook up Facebook to Restream, or how do we hook up Amazon to Restream, which, by the way, if any of you are on the Amazon influencer program, they now have the ability, you can live stream to Amazon. the only way that I've ever successfully connected to Amazon, I'm just telling you this right now, was actually using Restream. And then the way that they have it set up, we'll go into all of this, but if someone who is part of the Amazon influencer program, you have the ability to live stream on Amazon, but you have to have an iPhone to first receive the signal and then actually make it go live. And then you have to send it from you either have to go live off your phone, or you have to go through like an RTMP setting, OBS, Restream, Ecamm, whatever else it is. And then you have to catch it going live on your phone and then hit go. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen for how to make a video go live. And there's these weird rules, but I don't want you guys to suffer like I have suffered, because I have tried 20 times to connect to Amazon and I've only found successfully a few ways to do it. So I want to help you do this. If you are part of the Amazon program and you want to test out live streaming over there, yeah, it's kind of cool too. All right, sorry, let me get to what you guys are saying. Okay. Whoop whoop. Thursday. I know, Thursday. It's my favorite day of the week because I love hanging out with you all. I don't know if did I say that yet? I do. Thursday is my favorite. It's my favorite to hang out with you. Your internet is poop. Oh no. Let's see. Can you please help me, because I live streamed the other day to my channel, but YouTube kept on turning my lives off. The next day they said I wasn't following their rules, but I wasn't doing anything wrong. Oh no. I would need, can you type in more information? Because I'm not sure exactly, did they say in the email what the rules were that you were violating? Can you say more? Was it like music based? Oh yes, if I didn't mention, you guys, today is a whole session, live streaming 101, questions for beginners. And I'm using this to also data mine for questions that you want to use in the Facebook group for, I'm a baby, brand new live streamer, or I'm barely comfortable, that kind of stuff. Ask these questions, and even if we don't get to answer all of them here, we can go into them more in depth, each one of them in the Facebook group. So if you guys have questions about live streaming, please, please, please put them down there. Oh, I'm all blurry, aren't I? Wait, hold on. Haha, there's that. Okay. Let's see, what are people saying? Adrian. Oh, yes, you're supposed to remember to tell me. Oh my gosh, yes. We have a brand new channel member, and it's Adrian. I'm so excited. Okay, so actually, one thing I haven't tested. You guys, we're going to test this live with the test driving while we're live. Don't we love it? Okay, so here's the thing, right? Today, you guys know, I'm trying out my green screen. Like I said, I'm trying new things, and green screen has never worked well for me. And if you want a hilarious laugh, you can see me take 20-minute clip and boil it down to a 50-second struggle as to what it took for me to fold my green screen. Y'all, I was ready to set it on fire and just burn it. This was the worst. I have this green screen and I never use it because I don't know how to put it away properly. And each time I'm like, oh, I'm going to film myself doing it, so I remember the tips and tricks to putting away the green screen. And I thought I was going to do it correctly last time. That is where the hilarity ensues, and you see 20 minutes of me trying every which way to fold that stupid green screen. So if you think I'm a pro, I'm here to tell you I am not a pro. Anyways, I digress. The whole point of the story is we are going to play the new member orientation channel membership animation for the screen. But because I'm only programmed into one scene with the green screen, I don't know what it's going to look like when I go to the other one if you guys are just going to see the green screen. So bear with me, because when I switch scenes for the animation, I have no idea what you're going to see. You may just see the green screen behind me. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. All right. 1 second here. Let me get into the stuff. Also, I wanted to bring up the chat app. Can I open it in the browser? Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any of your guys' stuff. No messages. The chat is waiting for me. Okay, I'm just going to close out this window. All right, so I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to come to my window with the... Give me a second. Let me hide it. I put it down at the bottom. So you can, the way that Ecamm works, you have these scenes that you set up, and you can, I have like these top 9 that are programmed. It's like me and a guest, me and the super chat animation, me and the channel member thing. And the new channel member animation is like way down at the bottom of the list because like I don't expect a lot of people to sign up all the time and for me to use it very often. So just FYI, that's why I'm searching right now for it. I'm sorry. I didn't give you too much info. Wait for it. Channel member sign up. Here we go. Ooh, I don't know what's gonna happen. Good luck, everybody. Set it up now. You guys are seeing all behind the scenes stuff right now, so I'm literally sitting in front of the green screen. Let's see if I can fix it. Let's see if we can fix it. No? I don't know how to fix it, you guys. I don't know how to fix it. We're just gonna come back to the main camera and you guys will just pretend that you guys wanted to see the green the whole time, right? You guys wanted to see the green? Embarrassing. I'm a professional. Okay. So Adrian, I hope that was everything you wanted and more. Thank you for becoming a channel member. Oh, we're gonna see the green screen again because I'm gonna we might as well just run through all the things, right? Here we go. Thanks, Adrian, for becoming a channel member. All channel members who are platinum level also get on-screen mention. Thank you, TubeBuddy, for being a channel member. You guys are going to see the green screen through all these things because I haven't programmed my scenes correctly yet. Yay! And if you like, oh, look at this one, you guys. This is the transparent one. Ooh, awesome, right? Obviously, I messed with some things, but I'm not. Yeah, awesome. So yeah, if you like what you see, this train wreck that's gonna help you live stream better, then like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and follow me on these places. It's a good time. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, TikTok on the clock, cause I will not subject you to that anymore. All right, so we are back. So yay for, do you guys want to see a new background? Here, I'll make a new one. Give me a second. Okay, actually, you tell me which one you want. Your choices are bricks, castle, colorful shelf, home office, modern house, and palm trees. Oh, and a white wall. So you guys tell me which one you want next and we'll just cycle through some of these. Yay. Okay, let's see what are you guys saying. Are we in the Bahamas? I have no idea. I have no idea where it is. I only have 49 million pieces of gear I have to catch up. You have a lot of wonderful toys, I will say that, Doc. No Ecamm and no Clubhouse for PC. The FOMO is real, y'all. Okay, so don't worry. We're going to be going into, like I said, Restream, and that is going to be all browser based. So you don't have to worry because it works on, your phone, works on, a PC or a Mac. No worries, no worries. And I think, you guys, that's why I'm doing that, is because I want anybody to be able to follow along. And it kind of sucks sometimes if I'm like, yeah, but only for iPhone. Yeah. I think I have to have a lot more views and followers. I have no idea what the actual number is to get to be in the influencer program. Okay, so Adrian, don't you have like 1,000, 2,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel? Are you saying that you've applied for the influencer program and like the Amazon Associates program and you've been denied? Can you tell me more? Hi, Pixel P. Oh, it's Pixel P here. Hey. Hey girl, hey. Pixel Pia is also now a member inside of the new Facebook group, which is Keep It Simple Streaming. And thank you to her and Adrian for being among the very first people to do their homework assignment. Yes, there is homework. You do have to participate. And I don't know how harsh I want to be with this. Like, hey, if you don't do your homework, you can't stay. But I don't know, because it's not necessarily fair if people hang around that don't do any of the challenges, right? And it's not like the challenges are hard. This one was like literally record something on your phone for 5 seconds and tell me your name and favorite color and if you've ever live streamed. Like, I don't think that that's scary. Anyways, my class in eBytes is here. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. You like the beach? Thank you. It's not my beach, although I think you can upload your own video. I should figure that out. Would I ever consider a Final Cut Pro course? Actually, yes, I would. But the caveat here is that I think Final Cut Pro is a lot more difficult. And so I would run this risk of not being able to balance how much I want to be able to teach versus how much is really necessary to make you feel confident and competent. Because like, do you really need to know how to do, let's say, the big head effect, the fisheye effect? No. You know, because if all you're trying to do is, you know, some basic cutting and color correction and stuff, like I could pare down a course to just a few hours, but then I would almost feel guilty, and I'm like, is this good enough? Or, you know, like how far into the weeds and nooks and crannies do I really want to go? And so that's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know. But it's on the roadmap, as well as the vertical video, basically ins and outs of these different platforms. So that's also on the roadmap. I got a lot to do. So that's that. Do I have a good live stream app that you can use on Windows 10? So can you... That's why I was talking about Restream, because it's browser-based and you can use it in your web browser. So if you want to join also in the Facebook group, that's what we're going to be doing, I think, first, is our first foray into, because I don't want to go into apps at the very beginning, because sometimes if you're under 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, it is harder to live stream from your phone, right? But it's always easier, and everyone has the ability to live stream from your browser on your computer. And so that's why we're going to start with that. And then after we do that, then we can move into stuff on your phone. Does that make sense? Drop a thumbs up if that makes sense. I only have like 10 minutes, then I have a premiere, and then I will be back. Oh, no worries. You go do it. Ooh, you got yourself an iPhone today. Which one? Ooh, awesome. My head isn't getting cut off all weird. Thank you. Let's see here. Okay, so it says, I had it set not for kids, so I could talk with everyone. But when I did not have it for kids, the next day YouTube put my video back on my channel. So I think, oh yeah. So if you have marked a live stream or your channel or videos as made for kids, YouTube, you will usually automatically disable all chat and all comments. So that could be something if you're seeing some sort of message from YouTube, because part of, you know, the COPPA, the guidelines and restrictions and stuff that has happened, they've definitely limited a lot of the ability, as well as the ability to monetize on channels that are aimed at children. So that could definitely be something. By the way, did you guys vote on a background? Or maybe I'm just slow when I haven't scrolled that far down. But yes, that could totally be something. Am I too young to live stream? Oh, you're 11. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to say, technically, to have your own YouTube channel, right? YouTube is saying that you should be 13. If you're under 13, then you really need to be, if you're doing it at all, probably live streaming with a parent, guardian, someone, an adult, because I think, I don't want to get too mama bear, but there are just some not nice people sometimes on the internet, and I don't want to ever set anyone into an environment where you could be subject to people like harassing you or trying to get more information about you. I want to try and keep you safe. I want to keep you all safe. So I definitely not by yourself, only with the approval of a guardian with you. And then even if they did and felt comfortable with you live streaming, I would be very, very hesitant to say too much about yourself, in what city you live, in what school you go to, what grade you are, the names of your best friends. Like, I would just not. And in fact, I might even just say, I don't think I would recommend it, because I just, I don't know if I would recommend it. I just want to keep you safe. I'm sorry. So Wayne Roberts says, catching live, enjoying. Oh, thank you. Whoop whoop. I got a whoop whoop. I have a green screen. I've never even set it up. I will tell you, I don't think I've used green screen. Well, actually never in a video of my, never in a live stream. This is actually the first time I've green screened a live stream. Is that right? Live streamed a green screen. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, and you guys already saw that I did not set up all of my scenes properly. So in some scenes you get to see the green screen, and in this one you get the beach, which we still don't know where it is. Okay. I liked it, but took out the background. What? I don't know. As usual, great job. Oh, thank you. It's darker green than I imagined. Well, it could also be lighting, because it's actually quite green. Yeah, I said that. Just ignore me, you guys. I'm sorry. The green was a great contrast to the purple. Yay! Love channel member promos and love the dark mode. Now the green screen got black. Yeah. Oh, maybe I'm just really like, I'm just far backwards. But yeah, the green screen, technically it's not black, it's transparent. So if I were to use that thing on top of a video overlay, then it would kind of look like this, but it would be on top of any video or picture or whatever I chose. So it's actually kind of cool, but I haven't played with that a bunch. Like I said, I only hooked this up last night because I wanted to try it out for the live stream today, but today I didn't have a chance to set up all this stuff correctly. So bricks. Okay, people did vote. So we have bricks, modern house, castle, and I don't mind, and palm trees. Let's see here. I vote for palm. Did I say there were palm trees? Oh, there are palm. Okay, I see the most palm trees for right now, so we'll switch in 3, 2, 1. Ba-bam. That's uneventful. You guys picked it. Islands in the stream. That is what we... Okay. If you guys want to pick another one, maybe we'll... This seems a little boring. Hey, I'm not putting you guys down. You guys picked it, but maybe you thought it was going to be something... I thought it was going to be something else. It says, I think it's good we're not on Clubhouse, James. We will be sucked into a time warp and then not get our videos done. Talking about the lighting for the green screen. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit. Technically, one of the reasons, so I think someone was saying the edges and the masking and stuff was something kind of weird. So if I show you guys, and this is adjustable is the word. So I can show you what it looks like when people are saying, so remember I'm at 63. So if I go this way, then you see a lot of this kind of like, oh, it looks all weird or fuzzy, or the edges around me or something look all like weird, or you guys want to see something really scary? Hell. Anyways, so there is sometimes some fine tuning that you do once you actually have the green screen up as well. So I don't know if you can see it up around my head. You see where it kind of looks all like fuzzy, pixelated or something like that. That is something that happens when you're messing around with green screen. So you really have to pay attention and play around, because sometimes the lighting and situations are going to be different and you'll treat it differently as well. So green screens, one, you want to have them be taut and not just like wrinkled. And so if there's something you can do, like I was in the YouTube space in New York and they actually just painted a wall in like this lime green color, and they did that across the entire back wall. So no matter what was being shot, it was a green surface. It was pretty awesome. And then the other thing is, like, if you're using a fabric curtain or like some sort of paper drop or something, you really want to make sure you have the clamps or something that's kind of holding it taut so it's not showing a lot of wrinkles, because when you have something like that, it can also mess up you know, that image or picture like you saw as well. And then the other thing is, you really want to have it be, you have to have a lot of light, because you're trying to create as much even light distribution on the green screen as possible, because the more shadows you have, then the more likely it is to have these weird artifacts and like things like you saw. So yeah, there's that. Let's see here. So hopefully tell me if that kind of answers some of the questions around lighting. But right now I actually have 3 ring lights in front of me. So I have one that is kind of mounted at a 45 that is directly in front of me, which is quite a bit above my head and kind of like coming down. And then I have 2 on the side that are both tilting in this way on a diagonal. And then to help lessen the shadows in around. So it's a whole frontal feature of light, hopefully having a pretty even distribution on the surface behind me, or at least that's the hope. Okay. If you don't wear pink, you can't sit at the table. What? Well, on Wednesdays we wear pink. You can't sit with us. Let's see here. It says, I do on my other channel. I have tried to apply for the influencers, but am in the affiliate program. They said neep. I do on my other channel. Yeah, so I think they have different, levels for the Amazon Associates program, which is your first step. You need to be in the Associates program, and then the additional level above that is the influencer program. And then that allows you to do the stuff like set up a storefront and then make the different lists and stuff like that. So yeah, I could not tell you definitively what they're looking for in terms of numbers on that. Because I've been part of it for a few years now. I just have never taken advantage or actually done this stuff. Like, like a good YouTuber is supposed to. So I don't know if I'm the best to help you with that. I just know that you can keep applying and then eventually they say yes. That was unhelpful. Helpfulness. I tried. Let's see. I want to redo mine. I was so tired I had nothing set up, so I might do it again. What are you redoing? You have a due date for the homework. Oh! Oh, yeah, I was thinking I wanted to give people like a week. I know, Pixelpia, you were traveling and you said, oh, let me have 2 days. And so you definitely made sense because you were like traveling. So I think for everyone else, though, like I tried a friendly nudge, which was like, hey, thanks for everyone who actually put in your homework and looking forward to seeing everyone else's. Maybe I will be a little bit more heavy-handed, though, and be like, hey, for everyone in this group, if you don't do your first assignment by X date, I'm going to boot you from the group. Which sounds really mean, but maybe I'm going to have to do that. Maybe I'll have to do that. You guys need to let me know. Let's see. You asked because you like my teaching stuff. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Tyreek Tutorial says, hey, Shelly. And Inspired Tuber said, there are too many creepy people out there. It's so true. It's so true. And that's why I said, like, one of the very first rules is, like, just don't DM each other and be creeps, right? Like, it's not cool. It's not cool, man. People be cool to each other. It's a first step back into the Apple world where I started with a little more than 20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's hard switching from, like, Android and then, like, Apple, or, like, now I've been in the Apple ecosystem, you know, for, like, 6 years, but before then I was all Windows all the time. And so now even when I have to switch between a Windows machine and an Apple machine, I can get a little bit like, wait, Control Shift, wait, that's not the same. So yeah, but questions about live streaming, you guys, questions that you really want to dive into in the Facebook group, let me know, because we're going to talk about it. So I think one of the assignments, I think you're right though, we'll put a due date on the first assignment and be like, hey, if you don't do your homework, you're going to get kicked out of the group, period. So I'll just give people like a week or something. And then I think the second assignment will be like, hey, everyone, let's download Restream. And then we're going to like hook up, you know, the Facebook group, because like there are some things you're supposed to do, like make sure that Restream has access and permission so that we can read. There's this thing, like you can't read people's comments. You'll see the comment, but you won't know who it's associated with if you don't actually do some stuff like make your stream public and also grant Restream permission. And it's the same with all the services you use, like Prism Live or StreamYard or Restream or, you know, Ecamm. If they don't have the proper permissions, then they can't display things properly either. So you have to like keep that in mind. So we'll work through all of that. And so there's going to be no dumb questions in the Facebook group, really. And, you know, coming back to rule 1, which was don't be a jerk to each other. Like if you are going to be a jerk, or you're not going to stay with us, you can't sit with us. So join the Facebook group. It is, you'll see it on my community tab. I at least put the link there, and I think last week's live stream I did manage to put it in the description box, because I don't know if it's in this description box, or if anyone is also in the group and wants to link it in the chat, please feel free to do so. But if you look on Facebook, it's called Keep It Simple Streaming, and there's only like 20 of us in there, so it's not like it's a big group, and I'm not anticipating that it's gonna get big. So oh, you're getting an M1. Oh, you're saving up for a Mac Mini. Yeah, sweet. Okay. What are the benefits of live streaming? This is a really good question. So live streaming, for one, I think is a great way for you to build your relationship with your community. Okay. So one thing that a lot of us are not always the best at is, let's say, responding to every single darn comment that you have on your channel, or being misunderstood and not being able to explain yourself in real time, or actually hearing from the person what was the mistake or where did they go wrong in, let's say I'm teaching a tutorial, what happened, where'd you go off course, what didn't make sense for you. So that could be one of those things where if we're doing that live, it's really easy to naturally have a conversation. Also, for people who are newer to YouTube, you know, YouTube is looking for people to stay on the platform. And one thing that's nice about having a live stream is that people who tend to tune into live streams tend to stay longer, let's say, than someone who might just be coming to your channel to watch a single video, maybe another video if you're lucky. So If you can get people to come to your channel or stay on a video or stay on the platform longer, that's great. Plus, you're building your community. Plus, you might be someone who's trying to get to your 1,000 subscribers and your 4,000 hours of watch time. Because of the whole thing about people being able to stay longer, it can be faster for you to build up your watch time when it comes to live streaming. Now, I like to, in the name of efficiency, I like to be as many places, especially at the same time, as I can. And that's why I enjoy being hooked up with Restream, because right now, technically, we're on Twitch, we are on Periscope, we are on Facebook, on my profile, as well as on Shelly Saves the page, as well as here on YouTube. So if you think about that, I don't want to do this same live stream 6 times or however many destinations I'm at. I can actually do it one time and I'm on all of the platforms at the same time, which is great because here's the thing. YouTube has monetization, but Facebook has monetization. Eventually, if you become a Twitch partner affiliate, you can also qualify for monetization over there. So if a lot of them have qualifications that you need to meet, at least doing this is actually helping you build your watch time or getting up on the requirements. Some of the downsides though, if one of my chats go completely rogue, let's say like on Twitch, I have a person who doesn't like me very much, it's harder for me to know and in real time necessarily go over there and shut it all down, maybe. But there are things like comment aggregators that are basically going to bring it all in, and so you can see comments that are coming from other places. But if you don't have your permissions, let's say enabled correctly, it's just going to say Facebook user. And so how do you respond to someone and say their name if it just says Facebook user says, thanks for being here? You know? Yeah, there's that. So hold on. Hopefully, does that help? Does that help with some of the reasons why you might want to be live streaming? And if you guys are also out there and you have reasons as well that you like to live stream or something that I haven't mentioned, drop it. Drop it so that we can all learn from each other. Because it's not just me. Like, we're here to have a conversation with each other, you guys. So I want you to have a good time while you're here. Oh, Pia's over on Facebook as well. And here's the thing is I can show it on the screen. Wait, there it is. See? Look at that. But if I didn't have my permissions set up correctly, all I would see is Facebook user says hi. So, right? It's kind of nice. So make sure your stuff is set up correctly. And we'll go over all of that in the Facebook group too. So I just make sure, hey, BYOT is in the house. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but so his name is Brent and he has recently hit 100,000 subscribers over on not only his TikTok channel, but his YouTube channel. And he was doing this giveaway of this beautiful resin off finished like table, which was so beautiful. And if you guys, I don't know if that giveaway is still open, Brent, you could tell the people, but it's so cool. I don't know how you were going to ship that because that seemed like it would be very expensive, but some handmade piece. And you can congratulate him because he recently, I don't know if you can say too recently, but like recently had a baby as well. And she's pretty cute. All right. Corruption Czar Network says hello. Have we found a replacement for Periscope yet? No, but Periscope is still going to be alive and kicking until March. So we'll give it a little while longer. And here's the thing. Let's talk about this too. One of the reasons why I love, again, multi-streaming. What if your entire audience and the only place you ever live stream was on Periscope, and then all of a sudden they decide that they don't think that streaming is good for their platform anymore or profitable and they're going to shut it down? Would you freak out if your entire, just like remember when TikTok was going to be banned by the government and everyone was just like, what are we going to do? If that was your only platform, you would just be out of luck if they decided like they already did in India, you can't have this anymore. And that has nothing to do with you or your content or whatever it is. If the government just decides, we're not going to let this happen here anymore, what are you going to do? At least if you were streaming lots of places and building up your audiences, even if it is fragmented or whatever it is on all these different platforms, it wouldn't be that big a deal because you'd have a place to go next. right? Because all of these platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, what if you're a huge kids channel and then COPPA shuts you down and now you don't have enough money to even pay your staff or your video editors and you never went in on Facebook? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is the reason why we always encourage you. One, if you're going to build your house on rented land, you better have a whole bunch of other places where you're putting your stuff. And you need to have your own thing that's yours, whether that's an email list, a website, or whatever it is. You should always have something that is just yours and you control. Because a lot of these people then find out that, like, what do I do if I was, what's the one? Ryan's Kids Toy Review or something. I don't know how many millions he has. But what if COPPA shut him down to the point where he was just like, I'm not going to make YouTube videos anymore. Like, well, I'm sure he would be fine. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even communicate with your audience anymore. So I know there was that channel, Books for Kids or something like that, where they had been pleading online for all this time. Like, please give us back our comments. Please, we're communicating with our audience. You're killing our channel. And I don't know if they ever got their comments back, So that is scary. That's scary for you to have all of your eggs in any one platform basket. And so that's why I always would tell you, be all the places. Be all the places. So I remember a long time ago that I was talking to Brent too, where I was saying, like, you need to be on TikTok. I think you would be really, really well versed to be on TikTok because, like, you're in home repair / handyman stuff and you've got an entire treasure trove of before and after. Like, people love that stuff. And I think it was even funny because I think for a while, like, you would think, is there even room for a niche like that on all of these other platforms? So, and then I'm like, what if I told you that you should be on Pinterest or, just things that you don't think about. But I strongly believe in being as many places as you can, because you don't know where your next customer or your next, like, big viral video or whatever is going to hit. Like, you just never know. So I just would rather be all the places. All right. Anything else that's going on? March isn't that far away. You're right. It's not that far away. So, well, I will say one thing about Restream too is that if you've ever looked, I've only gone to like 5 or 6 places at the same time, but they actually have a list of like 30 Oh, you know what? I think I have. I can show you because I can't even. There are some of these places I've never even heard of, but if I could set it all up and just be going to all these places at once anyway, I mean, maybe. Why not? Let me see. There's one of them. Let me show you guys this real quick. Look at this. So Facebook Live, right? YouTube, Twitch, Periscope with Twitter. I've never even heard of Dive, Trovo, Naver TV, like Amazon. Oh, Vimeo, yeah. LinkedIn Live if you had it, Daily Motion. So, I mean, here's the thing is technically you could hook up and have all of these places going at the same time. That's nuts. That is nuts. So what if, one of these places had, if you were a service-based business, coach or whatever, what if you got a customer off of Breakers TV or Wowza? Like, would you care that they didn't find you on YouTube or whatever else it is? Like, probably not. So, I mean, it might just behoove you to at least come in and, like I said, I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I do 5 or 6 places at a time, but like you can go up to like 30 places at a time. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy if you think about it. I'm going to come back to this one. Oh, do you guys want a new background? Should we select a new background here? Home office, modern house. We don't want the tunnel because it makes people go dizzy. We've done the brick. So maybe we'll try modern house. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's a modern house. Oh yeah, look at this. I could never have this much greenery inside of my home. I would kill it all. I just am a forget to water. Did I tell you guys before that I think I legit had been watering a fake plant for like a year? And I'm still not even sure to this day if it's a real plant or if it's not a real plant. And I swear to goodness it's a real plant. But like, it was just one that would not die. It was like one of those succulent type. But then I was like feeling its leaves one day and I'm like, I don't know if it's actually a real plant. Yeah, I know. Like, laugh at me because I still don't know to this day if it's a real plant. But I watered it, and like, I would water it a little bit, and like, it would soak into the, and then I would water it the next week, and it seemed to be fine. But I think here's the deal. I think it was real because a few months in, of course, like this is the most low maintenance plants ever, when I'm like, I don't even know if it's a real plant. I think I saw one of the leaves starting to turn a little brown. So I don't think it's just a dirt thing. I think it was like actually like, you have not fed me or watered me, and so now I am dying. So that is what convinced me that maybe it was real, because I would think, like, I once tried to kind of like tear a leaf a little bit and be like, are you real? Because it was like a thicker, like cactusy looking thing. I have gone on about this for way too long. You guys are like, wow. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll just we'll just move on. So I'm out of focus. Okay, let me refocus. Get ready for the I don't know, it unfocuses and focuses. So 1 second, here we go. Is that better? Ooh, yeah, I think it's better. Okay, I've done that. You've done that? Thank you. Yeah, the plants were giving me a sign. They were like, hey, we're alive. Please stop killing us. I swear to goodness, I think it's a real plant though, guys. I think it was a real plant. I'm going with that because it's like only one plant, and I think I was able to keep it alive, so that's what I'm gonna go with. In my Zoom conference, I like to use my jail cell. Nice. I have also seen people do a virtual background where it was like The Office, like all the people from The Office in like little pieces of it, so it looked like you were inside a conference call with all the people from The Office, which was hilarious if there's only like 2 of you, but then if there's a whole bunch of people in the thing, then it just looks like one cube that's like very, very busy and the rest are not. But it was a funny joke. I loved it. Real, you think? No, I really do think, you guys, that it was a real plant. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. So, all right. If you guys haven't yet, are you going to drop a like on this video, right? Yes? Live streaming for beginners. This is also to show you that, like, you don't have to be perfect to live stream, you guys. Like, I think that is something that definitely freaks out a lot of people, and you get a little bit, like, in your head about what you think a professional YouTube video or whatever is. This is just something that, like, Thursdays are my favorite day because I just get to hang out with you and chat. And another good thing about live streaming, and I was thinking about Angelina, I think, who asked this earlier, right? One of the reasons why I love it so much is I really want to get to a point where I can do 2 or 3 videos a week, and I still want to be like talking to you and teaching, but with my current schedule, there's no way I can film, edit, and upload, but I can go live because once I cut out all of the editing part of it and the pre-work and the mess ups and the filming, and it's just not as much fun as actually just having a conversation with y'all. I'd much rather sit here with you, even if we're just shooting the breeze and not talking about much. I feel like this is still just a better time for me than just putting out another video. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if, let's say, it only got 100 views total, that's okay. Some of my videos never even get 100 views anyway, so I'd much rather have 100 views total while I get to talk with y'all than just 100 views from people that, like, don't really care about me at all. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. As soon as you showed up, you made sure to drop a like. Thank you. And if any of you are out there and you haven't liked this video yet, do it. Do it. I mean, not to tell you what to do, but do it. Or we can't be friends anymore? I don't know. Whatever. You gotta hit the live button. I'd rather stream than record and edit. Yes. Especially if you have an environment where you can just, like this, like set it up and turn on the lights and then hit go. This is so much easier to do than, like I said, planning, scripting, all of that. And I feel like this is more authentic in a way because I was actually going to do a live stream, and you guys tell me if you want to see this, where I set up a live stream to show you what it looks like when I'm filming a video. So you can see me do my intro 7 times and like laugh at me as I literally forget my name. I'll be like, hey guys, it's Shelly. And I'll be like, take 2. Hey guys. Anyways, so I don't know if that would be interesting to you. As a members only live stream, I had done one where I showed how I edit a video I did it for my beauty channel. And I just turned on the camera and did a screen share. And, you know, if you were in the chat, then we could chat. You know what I'm saying? But it was literally just a watch me edit type of video. And if you guys want more stuff like that as like a behind the scenes, definitely as a member only thing, I'd be willing to do it. But I was thinking about doing it as just a different video, maybe at some point, maybe, yeah, members only live stream where it's just, I'll set up a live stream and live stream me actually making a video, because you'll see, as much as you think some of the videos are like polished and really put together and stuff, you'll see me do the outro 5 times and like forget what point I'm on, and you'll see literally my mountain of post-it notes that happen to like I'm not even kidding, like post-it notes are the only way I get anything accomplished because of my squirrel brain. So yeah, I'm thinking that could be maybe, I don't know, this month's members only live stream. If members are out there, you tell me if that's a video that you want to see, or if you want to do a live stream that's just like a Q&A session with us. Let me know which one you want. I mean, we'll do both. It's just which month, one month, and which one the next month. So let me know. Okay. Effective multitasking. We're vibing. You watched all of the YouTube channel 101. Oh, good. You're starting a channel soon. Good, Samantha. That's awesome. Tell me what you're going to make videos about. That's so exciting. I will say I've been in a lot of these Clubhouse rooms, and it's so interesting sometimes to hear the perspectives and the questions that people have. And then it's interesting to hear like my jaded, crusty, old man grumpiness being like, oh, youth, sweet, naive, wonderful youth. And me being like, the world has sucked it out of me. And I just, anyways, I will say, I, in some rooms, continue to be inspired by the hope, naivete, and wonder that comes out of new YouTubers. And I love it that, like, the world or crusty old people like me haven't crushed it out of you yet. I love that. I love it so much. And I hope that every single one of you gets as much success as you are dreaming of. And, okay, big blooper wheel. Oh my gosh, I know, right? See, it's a struggle, man. It is a struggle. It doesn't matter how long you've been making videos sometimes. It's just the struggle is real. And some days you don't want to make videos, and some days you're like, oh, why do I do this at all? But you're like, I got to do it anyway. Let's see here. It says, the first idea sounds like a plan. What was the first idea? Remind me again, both. On OBS, people in my stream can't hear me, but my mic registers in the audio. I don't know. There is an input and an output in OBS under the audio settings. So sometimes you can mute output. So even though you're hearing it back as like a preview or a whatever, you may want to check in your audio settings that you haven't killed the output, because I know I have actually done that before. So I think I'm hearing everything. I'm hearing it come back through the headphones as registering as like the preview, but then actually when it's outputting, it actually is killing the sound. So I don't know if it's something like that. I don't know if it's audio improperly not set up in some way, or if they also have the ideas of like scenes as well. You have to bring in your audio source into each of the scenes. So if you happen to go into a scene that didn't drag in your microphone, it could be that you're still talking and seeing it register, but because that is not included in the scene, the audio source, it may not be coming out on the output either. So, I mean, there could be a few things at play there. Youth. Yeah, exactly. Youth. Dog stuff, training, treats, adventures, tips. Ooh, with my husky ghost. Oh, okay. So Samantha, by the way, I am going to be doing a live stream next Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday, which is my birthday. Only the 10 of you on the live stream know this. It's my birthday. And one of the people doing the live stream, it's over, I don't think it's on the TubeBuddy channel, but it's on the TubeBuddy Facebook page, or it's under Rob Balasabas's. I think it's under the Creator Corner one, and we're going to be talking about vertical video, short video, stuff like that. And one of the guests is going to be Jessica Hatch from Gone to the Snow Dogs, and so she's got a couple of she's got a whole flock of beautiful puppies, but she makes dog content, and she's got a bajillion subscribers, and she is such a wealth powerhouse knowledge. And I would check into that video. I think I'm tagged in it on my Facebook page, I think. So at least you can find it there, or if you search the Creator Corner TubeBuddy Facebook page, I think I'm tagged in it there. But Jessica Hatch, follow her. She's great, and she's kind of in that same wheelhouse that you're looking to break into, so you can learn from her experience. And she's going to be on the panel with me. So check that out and tune in to the live stream next Tuesday. I think it's like midday. I think it's like 11 a.m. or noon, something like that. I think it's like PST time, my time. So check that out. Okay. Adrian says, I am still starry-eyed, but less so than than when I started my other channel in August. You got multiple channels. What? Oh, should we change the scene here, you guys? Let's, I think the other one, what are we in? I think we're in Modern House, right? We'll do the home office. Home office. Do you guys see, like, all of this white furniture? Like, I don't, with this blue teak. I don't know if I like this. Let me just take a quick scan. Maybe we'll go with the bricks. I'll go with the brick. She's a brick house. All right, let's see. Wait, yeah, tell me what your channels are. Tell me what your channels are. Oh, yes, I did know Farmstead Smith. What is the other channel then? The behind the scenes idea sounds like a good plan. Okay, sweet. Oh, yay! Fiberific! Yay, Chantal. Oh, if you guys haven't, if you're into kind of like knitting and stuff, one, you can check out Fiberific. But two, well, also, if you want to learn more and be in a Facebook group with us, join the Facebook group because she just joined. And you can listen to her amazing accent. It's so good. And I just want to be like, talk forever, please. Don't ever shut up. I love it so much. And I wish I had a cool accent like you do. Anyways, yes. As I'm gushing all over you. Sorry. The behind the scenes, yes, you will check on the audio. Yeah, please check. And this says, I know I'm going to watch. That's where I found you. I love her and watch all of. Oh, so I'm not telling you anything new. Jessica is great. But yes, tune in to the live stream. I don't know if you know, but yeah, she's going to be on the live stream. And I'm just going to be like, Jessica, tell me all the things. So Jessica decided she was going to, make a separate YouTube channel for shorts. It's doing fantastic. She said she was going to do TikTok. It blew up. She said she was going to do, YouTube. Everything she does is a success. And I sometimes look at her and I'm like, you are amazing. And she's still doing it all herself. I'm just like a one-woman show, just running the internet, being amazing. I love to see it. And she was on stage tonight in the clubhouse room that I was in right before I came to this live stream, which was if you are a female or just female friendly and you're supportive and whatever, come to the room. And it's put on by Liz, and it also had Jessica Stansberry, and it had myself, and it had Meredith Marsh, and I believe we're trying to make it a weekly thing. Oh, and it also had Heather Torres from Think Media Channel. I think it's so amazing. All these ladies were, volunteering their time, making room in their schedules, and it's I think it was called Women's YouTube. Don't quote me on that, okay? But I think it's going to be a weekly thing on Thursdays at 3 o'clock PST. For some reason, I had it in my calendar at 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, but it actually was 3 o'clock. So I think it was like this mountain time mix-up thing, but I think it's 3 o'clock PST on Thursdays is going to be in the clubhouse room, female-friendly YouTube advice. Yeah. Okay, multiple channels. I'm getting asked a lot about YouTube, so I started this one to help my fellow homesteaders learn YouTube and build their own channels. You know, it's so funny. So homesteading, Jessica Stansberry, her husband, I believe, just opened his own YouTube channel about homesteading / ranch life stuff as well. So I know that she was helping him learn how to navigate inside of iMovie, and there was like a really cute little video of them on her Instagram story where she was talking about how her husband's turning into an influencer or a YouTuber. Like he was making some stuff for maybe like Instagram or something, and he was trying to do iMovie stuff, and she was like trying to teach him. And I thought it was the cutest little thing where, it's like he got the wife like teaching the husband how to do like, and this is what you're gonna do, and it was just amazing. So I think that he might have just started this homesteading channel, but you may, I don't know, want to check that out too. So, I'd never get any work done if I had Clubhouse. Yeah, you know what? We talked about this. Was it 3 episodes ago, where we were talking about shiny object syndrome? And I was saying that Clubhouse is really kind of that new shiny object for a lot of people, and it is distracting them a lot of the time from doing what they need to do. And I was like, I don't mind devoting some time to it, like on a scheduled basis or what I would give to a podcast. But some of the problem that I see is that so many people are in there for hours upon hours, and instead of 8 hours in Clubhouse, what if you did 2 hours in Clubhouse and then 6 hours on actually making content? You know what I mean? Because like, it's great, but it's also a big time suck at the same time. And I feel like sometimes your time could be better spent doing something that's going to benefit you and your channel, which if you think it's sometimes listening to other people ramble on about their success for 10 hours, I think that may not always be because you're not always in the same situation. So you're not Grant Cardone and looking how to navigate into a 7-figure business. You're like, dude, I'm just trying to get my first ever brand deal, or I'm trying to go live for the first time, or I'm trying to make sure I can be consistent so that, I can hit 100 subscribers and get my very own custom URL. We are not at the same place. And so it's like, I can listen to someone figure out how to upscale a business from 6 figures to 7 figures. But if my own business is not even started, it's just like a thing that's going to intimidate you and keep you from creating. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm being too harsh with that, but it's like, we are not at the same level right now. We're not having the same difficulties. We're not having the same stuff. So I was in a Clubhouse room with Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, Laura DIY, all these people. But it's like, they don't have the same problems that I have. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's great. And you can fanboy or fangirl for a second about, the work hustle culture and where do you think you're going to be in 5 years on YouTube or not making YouTube videos. But in the end of the day, that doesn't register in my world, because whether or not Logan Paul is going to be making YouTube videos in 5 years has no effect on me making YouTube videos now. And I'm just using that as an example. I actually thought Logan was like well-spoken. He was, polite in the room. He was obviously trying to learn and be a student and learn from other people like Mr. Beast. I don't have a problem with all of that. What I have a problem with is, one, ever thinking that we have the same issues and problems and even opportunities, let's say, as a Logan Paul or a Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast is the first one in the room to say, you guys, do not do what I'm doing because it's an unhealthy obsession. But on the other hand, we have all these people being like, work harder, hustle, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, I'm just trying to figure out at what hours of the day I can do this and still interact with my husband or my kids or my spouse or my significant other, or I'm single and I'm still trying to figure out how to work a job, and at what point could I do this on weekend? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not sometimes the same. And so it's great voyeuristically to look in on some of these conversations, but it's also kind of like, well, that's great for 5 years from now when you're worried about what you need to do to up level from 6 figures to 7 figures. But I'm like, but at that point, there's going to be new advice out there that you can take or new people you can listen to. So listening to it 6 years too early doesn't really make sense. That's my spiel and my sound off about it. Sounded more like a rant. I don't know if that makes sense. You guys tell me. But I would have to schedule it, I think, because, yeah. You're diagnosed with ADD. Yeah, yeah. Even big YouTubers who know better are getting sucked in. Yeah, the lack of replay is part of there's this FOMO and everyone like wants to be in there. And what happens, and like nothing against you Android people, but like what happens when they open the floodgates? And the reason why they do that, it's nothing against Android, Apple, whatever. It's because Apple is a smaller portion of the smartphone market. Okay, so first of all, there's that. So if you do something Android first, 70% of all the smartphones out there in the world are using Android, and let's just say it's 30, which is way too generous. It's way less. It's like 10% or something like that, right? So right now they're dealing in a very kind of controlled environment, but once they open up the floodgates to millions upon millions of users, who knows what's going to happen, except I'm going to see a lot more like spam, a lot more like, it's already kind of rampant right now. So I really have to limit the amount of time that I'm on there. That's just my personal thing. Okay, so we've got some of my work means I can listen. So I'm listening to less podcasts and audiobooks and listening to Clubhouse. I really don't talk much over there. Yeah, and I think that one thing is sometimes I feel like if you're just wanting to be an observer, and this has happened to me, I just went into a room and I wanted to listen and I wanted to learn. And then someone pulls you up on stage and then they start asking you questions. It's almost like, well, am I rude if I'm just like, I just wanted to sit and listen? Because for some people also, it's like, I talk all day about YouTube. Now you're going to bring me up on stage so I can talk more about you. And some people love it. But then some people, it's just like, one, it's going to be the same advice. But two, it's just like, it doesn't even matter what I tell you because you're just going to be looking for the next best way to cheat the algorithm and to go viral, and you're not going to listen to what I have to say anyway. So it's like literally talking to a wall, and it's like, what is the point of me sitting here spouting all this stuff to you when you're not going to listen to my advice anyway? And so I think maybe even Roberto Blake had also hinted at this a little bit. Like, he's like, I'm not going to go into rooms and go up on stage unless like someone I already know is in the room pinging me to be part of this room, because it's just like, it's probably not worth it in my mental health. Because one, every single time I've seen it, when he goes into a room, people pull him up on stage and then he has to spend hours up there talking to people about the basics of stuff that they can already find on his channel. Yes, but like, they're always like, yeah, but what about like going viral? And yeah, but what about this? And yeah, but, and it's just like, I would be exhausted if I was him. And like, sometimes maybe you just want to sit back and listen. You know, you just want to listen, and you don't want to have to be forced to go up there and perform for whoever happens to be a mod in a room. Like, I think that's just one thing. Like, I would appreciate it. Like, if, I'm not saying he does or doesn't want to talk, but I'm saying if he wanted to go in and talk, he would just go raise his hand. Like, oh, I have something to say or something to contribute. But I think it's like weirder when you get put on the spot and like, come up here, come talk to everyone, spout your wisdom. And like, here's the thing, is like, people pay for that, first of all. And you're just like, in the way that you're asking, you're just demanding it of people for free. And yes, some people are on there because they want to share, but it's also like sometimes you're just on there because you want to listen. And like for introverts, like myself, like Roberto, doing that, spending that much time up on stage, being on, it's exhausting afterwards, and people don't care. And not that they don't care, but one, like, it's one thing if you do it and like people are appreciative or people are cool about it, but then sometimes like people, if they like kind of shit all over you for like maybe something you said or how you made them feel or whatever it is. And so there's this running joke on Clubhouse right now, even in the women's group, that like if you pull a Shelly, which is basically a yes or a no, like I'm conserving my energy by not being 300 words deep into an explanation when the answer is no. And I don't know if some people take that as me being curt. Some people are saying I'm too abrupt. Some people are saying that it's rude. But it's just like, I don't have the energy to explain to you 500 words about why really the answer is no. So I turn off my mic and I say no. And I turn on my mic and then I turn it off after I say the one word. And then people laugh about how like that is a Shelly response. And I'm like, I take it with a grain of salt. It's just teasing. But the truth, I don't have the energy to spend 500 words on what is no. So that's the inner workings of the brain. Okay. In your opinion, if you want to start sharing content, should I start with a YouTube channel? Well, I don't know. It depends. What is the content you're sharing? Who is the ideal viewer of it? Maybe YouTube is or is not the right medium for it, you know, and people like try and be incredulous, but I would say, like, if you're not someone who wants to make videos or be on screen or whatever else it is, maybe you're someone who should have a podcast, or maybe you're someone who should write a blog post, or maybe you should have beautiful illustrations or photos or something else. Like, just because you can be on YouTube, if it's not where your strengths are or if it's not what you want to do, then don't be forced by anyone to be like, well, if you're not on YouTube, you can't be successful. It's not true. You can decide to do all Facebook or all Instagram or all whatever, and you don't have to do a damn thing you don't want to do. You know, if you don't want to be on Twitch, don't do it. If you don't want to be on Instagram, don't do it. If you don't want to be on Snapchat, are we sensing a pattern here? Don't do it. And as much as I say, like, be everywhere, I'm saying be all the places that you want to be, kind of like Visa. But like, if you know that something is definitely not for you, just don't do it. Just don't do it. I'm an Android people, but I also have an iPad, so you could do it. It creates grabby hands. Yeah. Oh, they don't have a D&D or something. That would be handy. No, I mean, once you enter a room, a mod can like send you an invite to come speak, or sometimes I think it's worse, because then if a mod sends you a thing, right, that's just, no one else is seeing that. But when a mod in a room or something that says like, oh my God, Shelly's in the room, Shelly, you have to come up on stage right now, I'm pinging you right now, you get up here, that's when it gets uncomfortable. Because if it was just a mod noticed that you entered a room and they sent you a quiet ping like, hey, do you want to come up, you're invited to come on the stage, and you can decline then you know, then they're like, okay, cool. And if you really wanted to speak, you could raise your hand and they could bring you up on stage. But I think it's worse when they call you out, like, personally, and be like, Roberto's in the house, Roberto, oh man, you got to get up on stage, man, tell the people all the things. Like, I think that's kind of like putting people on the spot in a way that's like pretty uncomfortable. Okay. It says, like, you don't want to jump up. That would be something that makes it, yeah. I'm not famous enough to get pulled up on stage. Okay, it's not about fame. It says, I noticed that some people change their photos to have just a listening banner over their icon. Oh, that's an interesting idea. That's an interesting idea. I am listening and I am lost. I have to ask my sons to bring me up to speed on the various online platforms. Yeah, I know. I get it. Dark Bear says, I like trains. That's cool. I have had to say no thank you often. Yeah, and I think this is a whole other conversation, but I think that sometimes what we're not great at is saying no, but thank you, but no. Or just, you know, thank you, but no. And I think that maybe people think that it comes across as rude or something, but I think if you subscribe to the spoon theory and you know that some interaction with people is going to cost you too many spoons and you're going to be depleted, I think you're well within your rights to say thank you, but no. And firmly have that be accepted as, like, that's the final answer. Like, thank you, but no. And you don't owe anyone an explanation as to why you don't want to participate in their live stream or come up stage on their Clubhouse or whatever else it is. You know what I mean? Like, I think we should normalize being able to say thank you, but no. In fact, I think that should be a tweetable little gem right there. It's like, I think we need to normalize being able to say thank you, but no. Okay? I'm going to say that lots and lots of times. Thank you, but no. And that's protecting your own energy, you know? It says, I have been introverted myself and I have to prepare even for a live. No, absolutely. I'm an introvert. And I know I've told you guys that so many times and you may or may not believe me, but like after a live, like I literally go park myself on the couch and I just like veg because I can't, like, and it's not like my lives are super energetic and I'm not Viper and I'm not like jumping around, but I'm just like, it is still exhausting to be like on high alert, which is what I feel like, you know, when you're on live. So, says video making is way harder than I ever imagined. Yeah, I agree. And I remember you guys saw it maybe, or maybe you didn't because you don't follow me on Twitter, but I had said, for all the people who think being a YouTuber is so easy, making videos is so easy, like, try it. Just keep showing up week after week, no matter what your subscriber count is and how you feel or don't feel like making a video, whatever else it is, try it. And then after a year or 2 years, whatever amount of success you had, being like, you still feel like it's so easy, because I don't think it is. I have a whole new respect for videographers and editors. Yeah, and I don't think that people have the respect until they try and do it. And so people are just blissfully unaware of how much work and effort it really is, you know? So you should make a Clubhouse etiquette video talking about that stuff. You know, I did make a Clubhouse like 101, but I don't know, maybe I would make an etiquette one. Because I do have some pet peeves, you know, like when people come on stage and give their entire life dissertation about where they are in life. And I'm like, I've seen some moderators really have to be like, okay, I'm going to stop you right there. What is your question? Right? Because people will just go on about themselves and talk forever about themselves if you don't stop them and be like, great, thank you. Great. I'm going to stop you at the kindergarten thing because now you said you're a grandma and we don't have time to get through another 65 years. What is your question? But it takes a really strong mod to really cut them off and be like, what is your question? I get overpeopled very easily. Yeah, same. It takes me days to recover. Same. And lives with other people do that to me too. Same. Adrian, same. All the same. Oh, you know what? It wasn't that I was ignoring you, but I thought it was interesting about the hypoallergenic mascara. So here's the thing about that. I have the world's ittiest bittiest little lashes. I really, really do. And so I am not the person that you take mascara advice from, because I hate mascara, because it's just a memory of all the times I've tried and got all smudgy and it still looks like just black eyeliner because it's just a little stub here, and it, like, I got nothing for, I guess I could have responded with, I got nothing for you. Had you asked for, like, you know, a highlighter recommendation or something, like something I use, I would have been probably a little bit more helpful. But I was just like, mascara, I got nothing. I got nothing for you. So, editing a wedding video. Oh, nice. Okay. So Kombucha says, looking at screens all day is draining. Yes, definitely a good way to decompress and take breaks when you need it. Okay, yeah, for sure. I love Viper's take on long intros. Yeah, and I'm sure he's a strong enough mod that he would also be like, stop. What is your question? And also some of the rooms, like with mods, they bring up 15 people on stage and everyone's trying to talk at once. Like, there does need to be some etiquette, and especially before like this new this new floodgate is going to happen when all of the Android people come in. It's just like, yeah, there do need to be some rules and there is some etiquette in place, because it is just the Wild West. And somehow the thing I like about Clubhouse is I can show up no matter where I am. I'm in the bathtub, not a problem. Like, I'm driving in a car, listening, not a problem. No makeup, sweatpants, chilling, whatever, no problem. So I love that, but I also feel like anxious when people are on stage that take forever, and I'm like, is someone going to shut them up? Is someone going to, come out with the hook? Can we get to the actual, like, because I watch YouTube videos usually at 1.5 to 2 times speed, I feel like those conversations take 5 times longer than they need to. So my anxiety actually goes up when I'm in some of those rooms, and I'm just like, I can't take this. Because if I wanted to watch anyone drone on, I would just watch a YouTube video at normal speed and it would feel like that. So actually listening at normal speed to someone ramble about is like torture for me. I'm just like, just get to the point. What is your question? Okay. Shorten your introductions. They should know everything. YouTubers, and then roll over to everything else. Yeah, samesies. Yeah, I'm not, and what's so funny is I have an entire drawer of mascaras, because they tend to be easy things for people to put in a subscription box. And, oh, you know what? Adrian, I don't know if we're friends on Facebook, or I don't know if it's on Instagram, but DM me and I will send you a couple of mascaras that I've got just laying about from subscription boxes and stuff. You can try them out. I'm not promising they're hypoallergenic, but if you want them, I'll send them your way. Let me know. Says, I found out I was allergic to something in Maybelline. No, that was right. And I broke out in a rash. Oh no, all over my face. So now I have to be careful. I don't know what I was allergic to. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Yeah. So yeah, send me your address or PO box or something if you want. And I'm not saying when, but at some point I will go over to my UPS box place and toss a few in a box and mail them out to you. Okay? Okay. Hi. Okay. Ochapowas Nation. Thank you for being here. Yes. Thank you for being here. So we were talking about, this whole stream is supposed to be live streaming for beginners, questions, stuff like that. So if you have other remaining questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to say come join the Facebook group. It's called Keep It Simple Streaming. Top suggestion. Tell me more, Chantal. Tell me more in terms of equipment, in terms of what to talk about, in terms of what service to use. I need a little bit more. I'm probing for more information so I can answer it correctly. No, you're fine. I don't mind that we were taken off track. And if we lost half the audience because we were talking about how I hate mascara and how you also had a reaction to it, well, that's just too bad because I'm talking to you guys right now. Okay, I didn't say that the group is going to be a blast. I don't want like any of these false promises out there. I'm just saying that it's a safe, supportive place to learn how to live stream. Like I said, we only have one assignment so far, so so far it's very low maintenance to be part of the group. I'm new, I'm a boy, I'm not a bot. Okay, awesome, congrats. Is the link in the description? You know what? I think it is not because I failed to do that, but I think it's in last week's video. And I think it's also if you look in the community tab, I made a post. I think it might have been one of the last two posts because I think the last one was the TubeBuddy 500K milestone video, which if you guys saw that video, I was like, yeah, you should see a lot of familiar faces, but I'm pretty sure I responded to someone in that community post asking about the live stream thing and I put it in there. Okay. I think it's something a bot would say. Highly suspect, right? Yeah, but come join us. So I did get some feedback from the rest of the group. We're going to put in a time limit for the first assignment, right? We're going to say you have 1 week to complete your first assignment, which is, you know, just record a short video clip saying, what is your name? What's your favorite color? Have you ever live streamed before? And I don't want you to think that if you are an experienced live streamer, you can come sit with us. It's just be nice. Only offer suggestions if someone asks for it. But be willing to share your expertise because, you know, we're trying to help everyone feel more comfortable with live streaming. All right. So what is your top suggestions for talking on camera live as in confidence? Okay. We should do an entire episode about this inside of the Facebook group because I actually think this is so important because one of the things about live streams is it's very easy to feel disconnected from the person who's doing a live stream, or it's very easy to feel connected to the person you're talking to on a live stream. Does that make sense? It's either kind of like usually one or the other. It's either, yes, I feel like this person is here with me, or like, wow, I don't feel like if I wasn't here, this person would notice at all. Does that make sense? Okay, what's going on here? Hopla cringe. I don't know what that means. So one thing I would say, and I've talked about this before because I talked about, you know, the what to do when no one's watching or like when you're first getting started, which was like post-it notes and ideas for things that you want to talk about. One thing about speaking more confidently to the camera as well is like just think about like if you were talking to your friend, right? If you were talking to me in person and we were like really good buddies, you probably wouldn't be being like, and next, let me tell you about, like it's more relaxed, it's more personal, and it's more like you're talking to a friend, because that's kind of the best way to think about that. And one thing that I used to do at the very beginning is, you know, I would print out a picture of my buddy and I would post it like right at the top of my computer screen or right underneath my camera lens. And I would be like, if I was talking to my friend, how would I talk to her? Right? It's not different than probably how you would talk to your friend or a family member or whatever else it is. And so I think we all think we have to be like show ready, perfectly polished. And I don't think that's true. I think it's fine to kind of let go of that and just be like, sometimes I stumble over my words, sometimes I forget, sometimes I stutter. And the beauty of live is just like, and we just keep going. No big deal. It happens, because that happens in real life, and we just keep going. And I think one thing too that will also help is if you think, oh my God, I have to be live for 5 hours. And like, no, you don't. There's nothing saying that you can't go live for 2 minutes and say, hey everyone. And in fact, that's going to be an assignment at some point, right? Go live inside of the Facebook group only. So after we hook up, you know, our Facebook group to Restream or, you know, the program, everyone will go live in the group, and it'll just be like, you can do it, you can schedule a time, you can just do it on the whim. And, you know, if someone happens to be there, great. But it'll just be like, how do I practice going live and knowing, you know, how to look at the lens instead of just looking at the screen or looking at myself in a viewfinder and feeling comfortable. Because I think it's one of those where it takes a few times to feel comfortable. You just have to practice it. So, oh yeah, Inspired Tuber says practice. Confidence comes from experience. Yeah, and I think one thing that happens too is once you go live and then something goes wrong, you can tell an experienced streamer from like maybe a brand new one, because the brand new one may just shut the live stream off or like freeze and be like, I don't know what to do right now. And a more experienced one is going to talk to you while behind the scenes they're trying to figure out what the heck just happened. And they're still going to be able to carry on in a conversation and like not be too frazzled and be like, well, that didn't work, let me try something else. Or, hey guys, bear with me while I do this thing. And like to you, you're just like, it just looks like you're swimming along fine. I don't know what you're talking about. So I think it's that ability to deal with whatever's going on in that moment is kind of one of those things too. But it just takes time and practice. So yeah. I feel like I will bore my audience to death when I do my live stream. Why do you think that? I think it's the same thing when a lot of people decide that they want to be vloggers, right? And they're like, but my life's boring, I don't do anything. And I'm like, it's usually never just about your life, right? We're still telling stories. It's still like this is an experience that happened to me, this is what I've learned from it, this is like painting a nice little picture about something. And here's the thing is, I may find it fascinating what you ate for breakfast today, because all of a sudden you're going to tell me that you did overnight oats, and I'm going to be like, dude, I have not figured out the best way to do overnight oats, and if they should be in the refrigerator, if they're supposed to be on the counter, like if I'm supposed to put in like fruits and nuts and berries, or if I like do yogurt. But that would be weird if it's that, you know what I'm saying? Like that may be like really boring to you, but for someone, it may not be boring at all. And I think that we have to say some grandiose story and make it seem really interesting, when just you as yourself, as you are, learning about you is interesting to other people. So I don't want you to feel too caught up in the whole, like, I gotta present it with zazzle. You just tell me what you had for breakfast. I may care about that. Your mom may care about that. And my problem with family vloggers is they literally will just show you like, I had Cheerios today. And I'm like, that's great. But like, you're going to have to bring me along for more. But like, if you're doing it during a live stream, like, I don't think that's weird at all. You talk about the things that are important to you, the things that you care about. And then you just, you know, anyways. I was absolutely nervous. I shook. I was so nervous, but it is fun. Yeah, it can be fun. It can be, yeah, nerve-wracking too. Absolutely. I'm there with you. Please keep talking, even if there is someone there or not. Absolutely. And I definitely like to always go live with something already in mind that I want to talk about, whether that is, beauty box subscription unboxing, or me doing my makeup, or some other topic at hand or something. Like, I don't necessarily just want to show up and be like, I'll wait for someone in my audience to show up to ask a question to finally decide what the live is going to be about. That's going to be a harder hill to climb than coming in with your own plan, because even if it was like, I want to share with you my top 5 recommendations for sewing machines, right? You could still get through that video, and even if no one showed up, you could be like, hey, even if no one showed up, you could still do what you wanted to say and then just turn the live off, and shut it off. And if no one shows up, so what? Then you have an extra video on your channel. And if someone does show up and have a question about what you're presenting, then talk to them about it. But it doesn't mean that, like, if you can't interact with your audience, you can't have a video. Like, that's not at all. Like, I would not recommend that. So, let's see here. I set a time limit for my live streams, only 30 minutes. Yeah. I should probably, I think I've been talking for way too long. Let's see here. I'm pushing myself to do it sooner because I've already started showing my face in some of my videos. Yeah, baby steps, absolutely. And wait for it to say you're live before you start talking, and then start talking whether or not people are there. Yeah, absolutely. So my live started off at 60 minutes, and with a push, now they're 2 hours. Yeah. And I think sometimes if you have a lot of people and there is a lot of conversation going on, it does seem like the conversation will just keep going. And all of a sudden you'll be like, guys, we've been here 3 hours and we haven't actually talked about what I want to talk about today too. And I think that's fine too, because like I said, the live is the community building. It's that time to chat with your community. And I think it's fine. A lot of the time, a lot of people will not find a lot of replay value, but it's powerful to the people who are in the time frame and watching. So I'm fine with it if that's the way it is. And if I really felt like, but there was some really good nuggets in the middle of it, I would, because I get a recording of each of my videos or whatever. It's in the cloud if you go through some of these places, right? Like Restream will actually hold a copy of this in the cloud too. I could download it. You guys saw every once in a while I had like Daniel Batal or some other guest come on. If something came on and then all of a sudden we started having a really great conversation, which we did at one point, we were talking about Twitch shutting down Periscope and monetization rules. All of a sudden it became like a podcast like interview. And I decided later, I was like, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that interview, I'm going to rip out the audio, and I'm going to put that audio up on Anchor. And I released it as a podcast episode with me and Daniel Batal. And so it doesn't mean that if that was in the middle of a 3-hour live stream, if I still think that information is valuable, there's nothing stopping me, well, nothing did stop me, from taking out the hour that Daniel and I were talking and then put that up somewhere else, like on Anchor or, Spotify, wherever you listen to it. And I think the same thing happened when I interviewed someone else. So I was actually on Daniel Batal's channel one day and we were talking, and I said, if you're not going to do anything with this audio, let me have it and I'll throw it up as a podcast too. And we did that. And so if you were, let's say, like I said, doing the video on top 5, dishwashers, or like I said, sewing machines or something like that, but then it ended up being a 2-hour live stream, something like that, but the information is still good, you could go in there, take out the video, cut up the pieces where you're actually talking about the thing that the video is. You could put that video up as well, right? So absolutely, you can repurpose any of the stuff from your own live stream so that there's still replay value later. It just may not be that the replay value is in someone watching the entire live stream. Okay. You did a 12-hour live stream on Thanksgiving? Oh my goodness. Wow. And yeah, absolutely. Live stream does not have to be scripted. Absolutely. I think if you were scripted, it would be a little like dry. I don't know. I think you gotta leave some room for flexibility there. I have a blueprint for the show. Awesome. I love League of Legends lore, so the game I like to stream the most. Awesome. Live stream does not need to be, okay, let's see here. I love live streaming with my homestead community on my other channel. I actually go twice a week. Wow. 2 different times of the day. Oh, nice. For people in different time zones and such. That's smart. Good for you. And that's also being very strategic and like knowing where your audience is watching from and taking that into account. So that's really smart. Love that for you. I think it works well because most of us live in the middle of nowhere. Well, and here's the thing is live stream, right? It builds community. And if your community is talking about one thing like homesteading or sewing machines or League of Legends, it's so cool to sometimes talk about the things that you love to talk about with a group of people that also love the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's not like one of those like, anyone want to talk about League of Legends? Anyone? No? No one here wants to talk about League of Legends. And it's like, no, dude, we're going to talk about this. And everyone's like really excited to talk to you about, I don't know anything about League of Legends, about like some new character or what level happens or some bad guy in the thing. Like, dude, that's when those live streams go 3 hours and you're like, man, I wish this could go on forever. And it just goes by so quickly because once you find your people, your community, as like the coolest, it's the coolest, right? Oh, that was an amazing live stream with me and Daniel. Thank you. On my channel or his channel? Because we've done both. And both times I actually ripped out the audio and put it up on, and you can hear it on the podcast. So there's two. One with Daniel Batal about repurposing content, and then the other one about the Twitch Periscope monetization rules, I think is what it was. Yeah, so we talked about both of those things, and I struggle with keeping it going, the talking. I got no life, always at home, nothing really happening. Also, I fall silent when I focus. Yeah, and if you're playing, then it's really easy to, if you're like on Twitch or something, like to play. And unless someone is like in the chat or speaking to you too, like it's really easy to ignore and just get lost in whatever you're doing. And so, yeah, it is harder to like stop, focus on maybe what the chat or something is saying. And so, but I think sometimes it's also okay if you're doing like a watch me play and it's labeled that, then people are also going to be kind of okay with that as well. But I don't think that you also have to talk. If it is literally a watch me play this game, no one says that you have to keep talking the entire time. Just don't put that pressure on yourself. Let's see. Adrian Rose, with your other channel, I did an audio podcast on same subject for 4 years. Would love to sub. Oh, there you go. It is Farmstead. Oh, you've already told him. Yes. Awesome. The longest you've ever done was 10 hours. Wow. That's a long stream. Inspired Tuber says, have a plan, but I'm not scripted, and leave wiggle room for a chat directed. Yes, absolutely. So I like to have a rough guideline of like a couple of things that I want to talk about. And then the rest of the time is like, it's a free for all of like the conversation can go on like whatever the mass majority wants to talk about. Totally think that's cool. It says, hello, Zex. That's me and the bees and my cat, the bee's knees. I don't know if you guys were here last week and I was saying, like, I had this entire tirade of like things, and I don't think anybody got it, but I was like, it's the bee's knees, it's the cat pajamas, it's the dog tuxedo, and like nobody said anything, and I was like, you guys, this is brilliant stuff here. My first League lore podcast with my friend almost went 3 hours. Wow. And something like that, what you could do is you could break it up into 3 1-hour-long episodes and have it be 3 things of content, because sometimes maybe someone will hear a 3-hour podcast and be like, dude, I don't know if I'm ready to commit to this. But you could break it up and then actually put out 3 1-hour podcasts too. I need to watch that one. And it says, both. I found you through your live on Daniel's channel, but I watched the one you invited him on. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, he just happened to pop into the audience, and I said, actually, I did exactly what I said you're not supposed to do on Clubhouse. I said, hey, if you're out there and you want to come up on stage, let me know, and I will send you a link. So, I gave him the option, but I still also put him on the spot. But I also have had people say thank you, but no, like, I'm just passing through. I'm just saying hi. But yeah, he did pop in and then be like, yeah, sure, I got some time, let's talk about this. And so that was one of those like conversation led by whatever was happening in chat, only because I happened to see that he said something, that he was in the audience, where I was like, hey, if you're out there, if you want to come up, let's do this. And he was like, all right, let's do it. And then I ended up getting a live stream guest and a podcast episode out of it. Bonus. Deuces. Says, does YouTube have filters to help auto moderate the chat when you're live? So there are some filters, so you can you already have your content library of words or phrases or things like that you can kind of have in place already. But you can also there is a setting under your live stream stuff where it says like allow all chat, but it also says like have some for moderation. It's like kind of loose moderation rules. Now on Twitch, definitely a lot more so than what I've seen on YouTube, but it says like the whole potential inappropriate type things. So it does kind of have that, but then I would say if you have a ton of people where it's overrunning your chat, it might also behoove you to have a like a mod in your audience as well that you kind of trust. So I don't think he's in here, but Caliber Wings has been in a ton of my live streams, and he's always like very polite, very kind, and stuff like that. So there was one day, I think there was someone spouting off garbage, and I just clicked on his profile and I made him a mod, so like if something runs amok again, you know, he could time someone out, or he could hide them their comment or delete the comment. So I would say if you have like a few people that you trust, it would be a good idea to add them as moderators, so that if you randomly go live and they happen to catch it, then you have an extra set of eyes in your group as well. So I wouldn't hesitate at this point, you know, to have someone like Pixelpia or Adrian. They know me, I feel like, well enough to know what I would or would not really want in the comment section, or you, right? And you know, actually I could do that. Let me see, where are you at? Let me scroll up. Where'd you go? I don't know where you're commenting. Dutch can jam. There you are. Add moderator. Congratulations, you have been upgraded. I mean, we've known you 3 years at this point, so here are the rules. Don't go power hungry and crazy. Just if you see someone dropping F-bombs and expletives or something, like, delete their comment or time them out. Okay, those are the rules. Okay, so highly recommend mods. Yes, absolutely, have some mods. Yes, it is. This is the first time I've live streamed with a green screen, and you can see if I scroll through some of my other scenes, I haven't set up my camera yet properly. So yes, but yes, this is a green screen. And that reminds me, let's choose a new background. We're gonna go with the, oh, there was one that made people dizzy, but I still like it. Castle. All right. Does it feel like I'm in the astronomy tower for Harry Potter? Okay. It was this long because we covered the entire lore of in-game event. We had done research, wrote up a doc to follow, and theory crafted about the lore in the event. Def want to do it again. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. Adrian says mods are indispensable. And I also made simple custom overlays. Love this. This is all such good stuff. And actually, that could be something that we do inside of the live streaming group, because there is the ability in the Restream section where you can upload your own like PNG file for overlay. So we can definitely do that. We don't want to get too crazy and do like a whole bunch of crazy animated ones, but like I said, we're keeping it simple. Simple is key. So if you want like a detailed how to be kick-ass at live streaming, then you go join Doc, who was in here earlier. You join his Let's Get Live Facebook group, because in there, like, people will talk to you all about like tons of gear and tons of stuff, and that's great, but I don't want to do that. I want this group to be focused on like, I'm a little bit scared, I'm a beginner, but I want to give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different than the like, I'm pretty good at live streaming and I need it to look kick-ass and legit. And I feel like that's more of his demographic, because like a lot of the streams that are in there, they look so good. And I'm just like, I'm intimidated. I'm just like, I don't have any of that stuff going on. And I don't want to feel like that. I don't want anyone who's in my Facebook group to feel like that. I want it to be like, I can do this. I can accomplish that. And if I'm not quite sure how to do it yet, I can ask the question and not feel stupid. So that's why it's a small group. We're just getting started, but yeah, come join us. That's why it's called Keep It Simple Streaming. I don't want to do crazy things. I just want to keep it simple. Okay. Let's see. What? Wow. Thanks so much. Oh, you're welcome. Congrats. You have a spanner. Whacking. Just be careful who you make mods. Some people abuse the privilege. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Castle isn't as exciting as I thought it was gonna be. I felt that way. Oops. I felt that way about the palm trees. You guys saw my face originally when the palm trees came up, right? I was kind of like, that's not cool. Yeah. It wasn't cool. Let's see. Being a mod on a lot of channels is rewarding because you know that your time is valuable and they value enough to trust in you. Absolutely. Another channel I recommend for live streaming is Live Streaming Pros. Yes, they're great over there. So that is run by Luria, and she streams a lot on the Ecamm channel as well. And I think sometimes they do simulcasting, so it's on her channel as well as. Luria is great. She's so knowledgeable. She's a one-woman show doing it with like, you know, the Stream Deck and going through all the scenes, and they have their own like camera for their dog, the Ecamm. She's great. So if you're looking for someone to be a cheerleader and peppy and dance with you while learning to live stream, check out Live Streaming Pro. She's really, really terrific. I'm pretty good at streaming, but no real experience in vertical. Yeah, we could talk about vertical too. I love vertical. I like simple. Me too. I like simple. So, well said, Tech for Your Needs. And it says, a lot of people think that no one will show up, but if you have started building a community on YouTube by genuinely participating in their channels, someone will show up, even if it's only one person. So I know a lot of people will also think about, like, if I'm making a YouTube video, sometimes are you making it for one person or are you making it for, like, lots of people? Because a lot of the time when I'm making a YouTube video, I make it for one person. So you guys can answer that. Are you guys making a YouTube video with one person in mind, or are you thinking of a whole group of people in mind? Or do you not think about that at all? I guess you could have one of those three answers. So put that in the chat right now. Do you make videos with one person in mind, with a group in mind, or with no one in mind, never thought about it before? Because I feel like even if you were having that one-on-one conversation with someone, I don't think that stream for me would be too much different than the stream where I had 20 people on. That's just me personally, because I usually think of it as like a one-on-one conversation, and I just happen to be having like a group of us standing together, but I'm still talking to a lot of you like one-on-one when you have a comment or something like that. So Adrian says, I'm not that advanced yet. Inspired Tubers says, one person, it's more conversational. Absolutely. Yeah, perfect. Tamika says, I make videos with my sisters. That's awesome. Love that. With homesteaders in mind. Yeah, so you have a group that you're talking to. And Corruption Czar says a group. And Dashkan Jam says usually with a group in mind. Yeah, a group. So everyone here is saying usually you make videos with a group in mind. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying awesome. Good for you. Sometimes I tend to think of my videos as a one-on-one, because I would think, hey, if I was teaching Alonzo how to do this effect in iMovie, I want to feel confident and secure in knowing that if he was sitting next to me editing side by side, that he would feel confident in learning this skill by the time we're done with this conversation. And so I don't know if that's different for me because I am more of a tutorial-based channel than maybe something like a homesteading type of thing, and it's like how to put up a fence, because lots of people need to put up a fence, I guess. You know what I mean? So I live stream for a group of people, but I respond like it's one-on-one. Perfect. Yeah, I think that's great. And I guess, yeah, I mean, I do have a group of people in mind when I am creating videos, and it's kind of especially like this live streamers group, I'm thinking like there's a group of people. It's not one specific person, but it's similar to people who are not comfortable with live streaming, who want to go live, but aren't even sure where to start. Like, that is a group of people. But then when we're in there talking, it's like, you know, me talking to Chantal or Pia or, you know, Adrian or something like that. Okay, so it says, I want to do a giveaway to strictly those in my live at the time. How would I do that? Ooh. Well, here's the thing, is someone could be in your live, they're just not commenting. So how would you know, you know, that like, hey, I'm in your live, but I'm not commenting, but I'm here, so technically don't I qualify? So, I mean, if there was some sort of visual cue, like drop this emoji or do something, then that might be a way to participate, or, you know, leave this comment later or something like that, and then you look for someone who had left that particular emoji or something, and then obviously it meant that they were listening. And in the chat, not as a comment later, because you know what I mean? Like, if it was done during the chat, that means it was done while the video was going live, versus later if they come back and leave a comment on the video. So you might do something like that and say, like, give me an emoji. So maybe something like that. Let's see. Good point. It depends on the channel. Since I'm a tech channel and I'm talking to a group, yeah. They'd have to be commenting. I've seen some people use a bot. But if it is a bot, they're not going to necessarily comment on, let's say, put in, 3 hearts or something like that, right? Add a small giveaway to your live for getting people to introduce themselves on live. Wait, what do you mean? For getting people to introduce themselves on the... Sorry, I have to cough, you guys. I listen a lot and I don't comment. Yeah. And I think that's a lot for... that's common for a lot of people. Sometimes they don't always comment, but they will, listen. Yeah. So, yeah, I might do something like comment a certain emoji, which means they're listening. Or you could do something like go to a particular photo on my Instagram and comment something, or, just random, stuff like that, which is not exactly easy behavior for a bot to replicate. But you also don't want to make it too complicated where if someone doesn't even have an Instagram, they shouldn't have to go to a platform where, one, it's off of the platform they already saw you on, and if they don't have an account or something, then it just adds this extra barrier and level, something like that. So, it's harder. Giveaway of a mic will be drawn between people who comment and introduce their channel. See, that's the thing is, I don't feel like, what if you only have 5 people in your, I'm not saying only, but if you have 5 people in your live and you end up having to pay $30, $40, $50 for a microphone, it's not necessarily worth it to just end up giving one away, because it's like, well, yeah, their chances are great because there's only 5 people that are actually going to comment, but it's like, what is that gaining you? There's no real there's no real loyalty if they do or don't want to subscribe to your channel, and you can't really, you know what I mean? I like to do giveaways now as a way to give back to the community, but it is difficult because there are a lot of people that are just giveaway chasers, but I think it's going to be harder in the middle of burying it inside of a live for people to be like that, because most of the time it's only going to be the people who are following you and want to catch up with you who are listening to your lives. But yeah, I would almost do something like, when I said earlier, hey, what background do you guys want to see? And then it was whatever, or tell me your favorite holiday, or something that indicates that they were listening. Comment this emoji, like I said. And if you have something like that, or you even did some sort of quiz throughout the show, or it's every 10 or 15 minutes you answer a question or something like that. I don't know. If you had something like that and they were to be there and participate in all the different things and you knew they were listening, then maybe you could pick someone from there. I don't know. I'm just spitballing ideas. Let's go to the chat and see if they've got ideas. Let's see here. So Tech for Your Needs says, answer this question. I will pick someone from the chat. The reason I do it this way because of loyal subscribers, and instead of someone winning, yeah, it would be a surprise giveaway, no announcement. Yeah. There's value in the YouTube algorithm promoting the videos. So it says, my giveaway is specifically for these people. The bot is called Nightbot. There's another one. You tell them to comment or it counts the last 10 minutes of comments. I haven't used it, just thought you might know. Got it. Yeah, I've seen Nightbot on Twitch and some different things where it I think you can program it, right? I don't know a ton about Twitch, but it says you can program it so if someone is new or leaves a comment, you can be make sure you or it's just an auto responder, something like that. But something like that. I haven't really played around with what its capabilities are yet. But actually, anyways, we've gone on way longer than I wanted to for tonight, but it was nice that you guys were here with me. So keep in mind, 1, go over to the Facebook group if you haven't yet. It's the Keep It Simple streaming. And be prepared. I'm apparently going to lay down the hammer in a little bit and say you got to do the homework or you're not going to be allowed to stay in the Facebook group. And then we're going to start doing some challenges let's hook up Restream with Facebook, and then we can have people start streaming into the... I don't know what I need to do to be able to have and enable it so that anyone can stream in the Facebook group. I'll have to look at the settings, or if you guys are really familiar with that in groups, let me know, because I have not done it a lot. So Yes, I just found it hard to program. I'm not a beginner live streamer topic, so sorry. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's not necessarily a beginner live streamer topic, but it is something that exists and is out there. And it's one of those there's probably some videos out there. And because I've never done it, I'm not the one to tell you how to do it. But maybe there's someone else ask it actually in the Facebook group. And let's see if there's anyone in there that has experience with it that could help you with it. So why don't you do that? Why don't you ask it in the Facebook group? And if anyone has any experience, help Adrienne out with an answer. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for listening and learning. Thanks. Awesome. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for hanging out with me, and I will see you on Sunday for another video. I'll see you in the Facebook group for those of you who are joining, and I will see you next Thursday for another episode where I will definitely have something in my cup because I'm thirsty, right? All right. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you in a video very, very soon. All right. Bye, guys and gals.